There are days when you might expect an adult to become very mature, to act mature, to say mature things, to do things that show that they have common sense, right? And I realize not every adult out there is matured, has common sense, speaks right, does everything correct. Some people just go about do stupid shit. And it's crazy when you think about it. Couple years back, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I was working as a cashier slash receptionist at a restaurant close to me. So I remember having a perfect day that day. Everything was going smoothly. I was sending out orders, others were coming, taking, I was dealing with customers nicely. I had no problem. So then came a delivery where I had to call one of our delivery guys to take the order to the customer, right? And I did that. I recorded, I took their number, everything. I spoke to the customer, everything was good. Mind you, speaking to the customer, they did not show signs or they did not even say they had a problem. They didn't tell me they had a problem. And I didn't say anything. I didn't ask anything. So I took the order like I would on a random day. I took the order, everything. The order was ready. And the delivery guy had to call to confirm the location. So they bring the order to the customer. And he did. The delivery guy did. So this delivery guy sent the order to the customer's location. And I was just cruising. I was not thinking about any problem. I just wasn't having the intention of something bothering me at the time or a problem rising at the time. So the delivery guy sent the order. I mean, it took him, I think, an hour or so, right? He had to go on an errand. I remember he had to go on an errand that day. So after the order, then he go on that errand. It was like 1 hour, so I called to check if he had left the customer's location. He said no. Then I hung up. Then I think 15 minutes later, right? This guy calls me and he's like was having problems with the order. The customer was saying they've already paid. I mean, on a normal day, when a customer calls to place an order, no one takes cash, no one takes their money. They pay as they get their order, right? So this guy called me and he was like, they said they had already paid. And it was strange to me because I didn't even take their money. I took no one's money. And in fact, I don't take anyone's money before an order gets ready or they receive the order. Because me calling me and telling me they've already paid was strange to me. I mean, it would be strange to you also. So I remember just cruising, having no problems, just cruising. So after he called about that, he called again and repeated the same statement. And they said they've already paid. These people said they had already paid. So what do I do? And I kept on telling him they have not paid. They have not made payment to me. Please take the money before you come. Or even if they will not pay, please return the order, right? And then that's it. And mind you, this guy mentioned my name, right? He mentioned my name. And the customer heard my name. They didn't react at the time. So I was hearing some stuff like they've already paid. Like in the background, not the guy. In the background, the customers were shouting and stuff. And I was like, do you know something? Just bring back the order, right? Please bring back the order. And he said he was bringing the order. Then he hung up at the time. Then he called again. So after he called again, what he said was that particular customer was following him. Yes. So as he was on his motor riding back to the restaurant, the customer was following him, was right behind him as he was coming back, right? So I just wanted to know what was going on. I had some dopamine release, like I just wanted to experience some shit. Like this was on a random day. No one imagined how it could have gone. No one said it. No one knew something was going to happen. So the customer followed the delivery guy back to the restaurant. So I saw the delivery guy walk behind me and saying, the customers are back, right? And I was like, cool. At the time, I didn't know it was about me. I didn't know they had issues with me because I don't know them, don't know me. So after he told me the customers followed him, then I saw one woman open our door and they kept shouting my name. They kept shouting, Joseph, Joseph, who is Joseph? Who is Joseph? Who is Joseph? Yeah, just like that. I mean, shouting, not like, they were shouting. You would think something was wrong with that woman at the time, but nothing was wrong with that woman too. They were shouting, Joseph, Joseph, who is Joseph? And me at the time, because I didn't really give much attention to what was going on. And she was shouting, and there were customers there. So, me being the only Joseph over there, I raised my hand and I was like, I'm Joseph. Please approach me. I don't know where they slept. I don't know what happened to them. All I said was, I'm Joseph. Please approach me. I asked, is there any problem? Have you faced an issue? Is there something I can help you with? And just right there, they started calling me thief, thief, thief. You are a thief. You stole from us. You stole from us. You're a thief. We are comfort. We are comfort. We are scammer. I mean, all this was being said, right? And like, not at a low tone. I mean, they were shouting. They were shouting. And if you know me, you know I hate mess. So I was calm the whole time. You think it was not about me, but it was about me. So they kept on shouting, bring us our money, give us our money, give us our money back. You scammed us, then everything. And I had no idea what was going on. And after the woman was done shouting, doing her antics, doing her intro, there was a man with, they were, I think, four. There was a man with them, one man. One man followed, came up to me and was like, you stole money from us yesterday. We called to place an order, you stole money from us. Bring us our money. Bring us our money. And you would think some men are our wives, right? And you would think some men don't act stupid. You would never imagine a man behaving this stupid, behaving this crazy. That experience was one of the worst days of my life. That was one of the worst experiences I've ever had in my life. I'm saying it was one of the worst experiences I've ever had in my life because it's true. I don't know you. You don't know me. You came up to me just like that, started calling me a thief, accusing me of scamming you, accusing me of stealing from me. And mind you, where our restaurant was located, there was a police station over there, right? So as the man approached me, and this was what he said. He said he called to place an order from us yesterday, and he made payment. He made payment to us, and we told him to wait 30 minutes. He waited for 30 minutes, right? He was waiting for his order to come so he can, eat. And this order never came. This order never came. So he was blabbing, he was going on and on about how he spoke to me, he recognizes my voice, how I spoke to him gently and he didn't know I could do this to him. I don't know this guy. So he keeps going on and on. And me being me, as calm as I was like, show me the number you called. Just show me the number you called and show me the time stamp. Show me the time you called, the date you called, show me the number. And I had our restaurant phone lines in my head. They were printed in my head. So I could just recite our numbers. So this man, he was stalling. I could tell he was stalling because I don't know, something about his demeanor itself was like trash. So he was stalling. He didn't want to show. I was like, show me the number he called. All this noise being generated attracted spectators. And those spectators had to call in my manager at the time. So my manager at the time came. She also heard what the man was saying. Then they called. They didn't get their order. They waited. they didn't get their order, and that I have scammed them. I mean, they kept mentioning my name, Joseph, Joseph, Joseph. So how they got the Joseph was the delivery guy. As the delivery guy was over at their location, he was speaking to me. He mentioned my name before he started, complaining and stuff. So they heard my name, followed him, and started shouting my name. That was how they got to know my name. So so my manager spoke with the man, and my manager repeated the same thing. Show me the number he called. Show me the date he called. Show me the time he called. I mean, just show me everything. This man was still stalling, but the women around he came with, the women around him at the time were shouting, calling us names. In fact, calling me names. I mean, imagine, just woke up, went to work on a random day, like how you would every day, and just everything turns black. You're having a perfect day, then everything starts going sideways. What would you do? So my manager kept asking him, and he kept stalling. And you would think this guy is a wise man. You would think this piece of shit is like someone who reasons, someone who thinks clearly. This guy kept stalling. So he gave up after we still insisted on him showing us the time, the call logs, the timestamps, the date and everything. Then he gave in and showed us. But he didn't know what to call. I wrote down our phone lines, each of them separately. I wrote them down. I showed it to him that he should compare with the one on his phone. He should compare with his call log and see if he called any of those numbers on that particular day. He still wasn't doing it. He was insisting that Joseph had stolen from him. Joseph had scammed him. Joseph, had lied to him. All that shit, bro. Show us the evidence. This guy just couldn't do anything. So I don't know what he did, but I think he realized the numbers I wrote down for him and the number on his phone wasn't matching. I mean, on that particular day, wasn't matching. So we were coming through, and already we know people are scamming at us with the name of our restaurants, right? So we go on Google. The first thing we do is we go on Google. We search our branch name, our restaurant name, right? We search and we see, you see that mostly the scammer's phone number comes right after the legit one. So ours was the first page, and the second page, number on the scammer's page, right, was the number on that shit's phone. It was on that guy's phone, and he kept saying, "This is our number. This is our number," and we are telling you to show us proof. In fact, we went to the extent of telling him to just call that number and see if it would ring here, because over here our phones are never silent. So we asked him to call. He called. In fact, he called, and we told him, "You see, it's not ringing here. Do you hear anyone's phone ringing? Do you hear something ringing?" And I don't know, he mellowed after that. He came down. Then the annoying thing, the women around him, females around him, kept shouting and so much. And I hate noise. I didn't react, of course. I hate noise. And all this, we had customers over there. What does this speak of us? So I was very distraught at the time. It just spoiled my mood. It ruined my day. And the expectations I was having for a perfect day, a good day, was totally ruined. Like, went to shit after he realized that wasn't our number. And his voice changed. His voice changed in the sense that he stopped shouting. He didn't shout at us anymore. He didn't call me a thief. He didn't shout at me anymore. He didn't shout at my manager anymore. And he was like, then do you know that the amazing thing is, he came in accused me of stealing from you, accused the restaurant of stealing from you, kept on blabbing, kept on going on and on about something. So after all that, he switched the topic to our restaurant is not working hard to prevent scams. So you see, all this doesn't it? It's crazy because I don't want to bore you, but this was like how it went. This was how it went. This guy just couldn't shut the fuck up. So after he changed the topic to um, we are not working hard to prevent scammers, he he went to and he approached the women he came with. I don't know what he said to them, but after he spoke with them, their voices came down also. They stopped accusing me. They stopped saying trash about our restaurant. They stopped saying trash about our workers. So they all came down and I think they realized they've been scammed. I think they realized. And they just couldn't admit it. They just couldn't admit they've been scammed. And I'm not going to say I wish this on them. This is the part where people scroll away. This is the part where people stop watching the video. And if you are still here, you're a raw one, you want to improve. So I think it's obvious though, but what you could learn from this experience I've had, or what you could learn from this story I'm sharing, is that you don't need to let your anger control you. You don't need to um, overreact when certain things don't go your way. When you make a mistake, or when someone wants you, you don't need to overreact. You don't need to get angry suddenly, control your temper. Because what if they came in and they were very calm? They didn't make a fuss about all that happened. They spoke to me. I called my manager. They spoke to what if they spoke to her calmly, and from there she sympathized with them and gave them a replacement for their order free of charge. Just what if they did that? Just what if? Sometimes I say this always. When bad things happen to you, it's because they are bound to happen. You don't expect good things to happen to you every single day. When bad things happen to you, it just means they are bound to happen. Whatever you do, you just can't change it. They will still okay. Your part in this is you not overreacting. You just calming down, gather the information, gather the facts. Don't let your emotions get hold of you. Because anger can make you do a whole lot of stupid shit. I mean, after they came making their noise and I don't know, tearing their voices down, they got tired after learning the facts. After we compared the numbers they called the numbers we have on our end, and when the numbers weren't matching, they couldn't say anything. They were all calm. They were all calm. They stopped calling me a thief. They stopped calling me a thief. They stopped calling me a scammer. They stopped calling me, you know. And I think it got to a point where my manager was like, if you think he scammed you, because look at the facts, you are totally wrong. You are saying shit that is not there. If you think he scammed you, she was referring to me. If you think he scammed you, go to the police station, report it, let them, we will show them the evidence. That was what my manager told them at the time. And the moment that was said to them, I think I don't know, they just couldn't do anything because they realized they fucked up. They fucked up.